Lieutenant Commander James Kevin Morrow. I'm a HC-130 pilot.
Jared Morrison. I'm an aviation maintenance technician in the U.S. Coast Guard.
Joshua Schaefer. I'm a flight mech on the H-60s here in Kodiak, Alaska.
The weather was bad here in Kodiak that night, so we went ahead and flew to Anchorage to stand on alert in Anchorage so we could be able to fly out. And we were only there for about 15 minutes and we got launched out.
The vessel was seeking shelter in one of the bays on the Alaska Peninsula, and it had actually been blown pretty much onto shore. It was on the rocks by the time we got there.
The boat was aground, it wasn't sinking. The crew was on deck in their survival suits ready to go.
But by the time we had got there, the weather had deteriorated so bad, it was an incredible challenge even to get to the boat.
First thing I did was put out a trail line. We were going to try a trail line with a basket delivery. When I put the trail line out the door, it went straight back behind the helicopter with the winds. Next thing we were going to try was to put the rescue swimmer straight out the door and down to the boat, but we couldn't maintain a stable enough hover.
Our airspeed indicators were indicating that we were flying at 125 knots, 115 knots, but the GPS was telling us that we were only moving about 5 miles an hour over the ground. So it was real intense wind. The turbulence was, I've never experienced anything like it before. We remained on scene until we ran out of gas, had an RTB. Another SAR call came in for a boat that had sunk south of the island. So we immediately diverted that third crew to go get the people in the water and had to recall a fourth crew from the air station to try and get the gentleman off the Kimberly.
We continued on to where the Kimberly was, that last position that we had given, where we had gotten.
That crew stayed on their vessel most of the night. When the vessel started becoming too much encased in ice, they abandoned it and got into a life raft. I've seen the footage. By morning, it was completely encased in ice and sitting in ice. There was no more water.
It was a complete team effort for everyone here. We had more than half the pilots in that night flying. We had C-130s flying overhead the Kimberly the entire time. You know, it was a very busy night, very challenging night for everyone involved.
Gave me really big respect for our pilots. Everybody conducted themselves professionally that night. We were able to save so many people, and you know, it ended up being a great night.